Welcome everybody to our Treats and Eats with Krista and Jodi, the May edition. I am wearing a Phillies bow in my hair because the Phillies game starts at 9:45 after this call. I did not set the cooking show in preparation for that game, I promise. So we are talking about May monthly specials this month. So there are tons of good things on sale, and we're going to make a lot of delicious food. So we're going to just jump right into it. If you have questions about anything we're doing, throw it in the chat, and we'll try to answer along the way. But what we are making tonight is we're going to start with dessert. We're going to have an awesome apple crisp, and then we're going to show you a portable meal because you might be able to tell from Miss Krista, she is in a hotel room. Still doing the cooking demo with us, so that's awesome. We're going to show you that. And then we're going to make a pasta sauce recipe and finish off with a meal in a jar. So I just sent out my chicken potato soup meal in a jar, and I'm going to show an example of how quick and easy it is to actually put one together with the labels and everything. So we got a lot to cover. We're going to try to be quick. And just remember, everything that we're cooking has at least something from the specials. So the main specials this month are spinach, potatoes, Fuji apples, blackberries, chicken slices, tomato dices, sour cream powder, tomato sauce, and then some a dinner variety pack, which Krista will talk more about. So I'll try to highlight the things that are on sale as I'm cooking, and we'll go from there. So we're starting with apple crisp because I have to actually cook it, and it takes 20 minutes to cook. So I had these Fuji apples soaking in warm water. I just started it just before this call because you do want them to be refreshed or hydrated for this recipe, because crunchy apples and apple crisp are going to be so good. So for the recipe, you want 3/4 cup of water. So I'm going to see if there's that much left from hydrating. I'll have to make huge mess. About 3/4. Yeah, I'm good. Okay, so then I'm just going to drain the rest out. So you have hydrated apples. Now in a separate bowl, I'm going to do the dry stuff. So I have oats. I'm going to set that aside for a second. So I have 3/4 cup cooked oats. I can use gluten-free oats. It is gluten-free. I have gluten-free flour, so that I can eat dessert instead of my husband getting to eat it all. So 1/2 cup of gluten-free flour. And don't forget, if you registered, which you should have if you are watching, I will send all of these out after the call. I'll get them all typed up for you, and then you can have them on hand. And then a little bit of apple pie spice or cinnamon. So I'm doing cinnamon because I don't have apple pie spice. It's probably about the same thing, right? So 1 teaspoon apple pie or cinnamon. And 1/3 cup of sugar. If you want to use like a healthier sugar, you could do a coconut sugar. I'm going to do a little bit less than 1/3 cup just because I'm using Fuji apples. A lot of apple crisp recipes call for Granny Smith. But I really like the Fuji, and I like the peels in them. It's sweet and delicious, and the peels give a little bit of texture, and Fuji apples are what's on sale. So you might have learned that from us if you watch our cooking demos often. We love to cook with what's on sale. So you can mix and match or what you have on hand. So if you don't have Fuji and you have Granny Smith and you still want to make this recipe, you totally can. Okay, so I have my crumble or my crisp, and then I cut up this cold butter. I have really good knives, so I cut it very nice little cubes. So I'm going to stir that up. Actually works better with my hands, so I did just wash them before that. Okay. And then I have our crisp ready to go. Because then we need to do the apple layer. So this can be done with any fruit. So the blackberries are also on sale. I thought about adding just some blackberries with it, but I love apple crisp. There's something about it that's, my mom used to always make it. And so kind of partial to it. So I just basically crumbled up all my butter in with my crisp. Nothing earth shattering. If you have any crisp recipe, you can totally make it with this. So I have my apples that are hydrated. I'm going to add the water that I measured out. So 3/4 cup of this water. That's right. Oops. Nope. I got it wrong. I'm supposed to mix the cornstarch in the water first. Good job. It's live TV, right? We're all fine. Okay, so cornstarch. I'm going to do 1 tablespoon. Then let that mix in. And actually, it's kind of awesome because this water tastes like apples because it's what hydrated the apples. So there was like a big boost of flavor. So now I'm going to pour that into the apples. Otherwise, it would have been clumpy cornstarch. So no bueno. We're going to add a little bit more sugar. So what's supposed to be a 1/3 cup in each part? I think a little bit less than that. Not too much less, because it is dessert after all. So if you're on a diet, sorry. You can save it for a special occasion. Then you do a little more cinnamon. You could go a little crazy and use the cinnamon apples in this recipe, then you wouldn't even have to add extra cinnamon, right? Okay, so I'm just stirring it all up, making my apple gooey apple mess here. And then I have a 9x9 pan. I'm just going to pour it in. And it will continue to like refresh a little bit and thicken up, especially with the cornstarch as we go. So I got my bottom layer with the fruit. I don't know if you can see that here. And then I'm going to sprinkle the topping on top. And we're going to bake it till it's gooey and bubbly. I'm so excited to do that. I always do these demos later than dinner time, so I never want to eat the dinner foods I make, but I am happy to eat the desserts. Just saying. So I'm just going to use my hand and kind of coat the top. And all kind of do into that water. And this is kind of funny. My little sister, she does not like cooked fruit. So one time for her birthday, she asked for a peach crisp without the peaches. So she just wanted my mom to make the topping and bake it for her because she always just picks off the topping of the dessert. She's like, no need to make the whole dessert, just give me the crisp. So I thought that was kind of funny. That's how much we love crisps in this house. So there you go. That is our first recipe. Super fast, super easy. I didn't have to slice and peel all those apples. We're ready to go. So it's going to pop in the oven, and I'm going to turn the time over to Miss Krista while I clean up part of this mess.
Okay, awesome. Can everybody hear me? I think so. I can see my little microphone being green. So, hi, I'm Krista. I live in Phoenix, Arizona, but this week I am in Dallas, Texas, actually McKinney, outside of Dallas, if anybody knows the area. So I've been in Plano for the last couple of days, but I'm staying in McKinney due to some other stuff that I have to do the rest of the week. So we thought this would be a great opportunity because I'm like, Jodi, I'm going to be out of town, right? But with the time difference, it's 7:30 here, right, in Central Time. And so that's 2 hours later than normal. I'm starving, but guess what? I brought my Thrive food with me. Right? So this is a perfect opportunity. So I'm seriously in a hotel room. I'll show you. Okay. Yeah, see, there's my little couch. And yeah, see, I'm not joking. I'm seriously in a hotel room. There's no view, so I'm not going to show you that. I have a parking lot view. But anyway, so I'm going to make dinner, and what makes this fabulous is that I don't have to go find a restaurant, number one. Number two, I don't have to spend 20 or 25 bucks for dinner because food is more expensive now, right? And I don't want crap to eat, right? And all of the things, and this can save me time as well. So I'm going to cook up this for you. This is called the Southwestern style chicken. And I literally, okay, so I'm in a Marriott, but I don't have the nice Marriott with the whole kitchen, right? So I literally have just a microwave and a little mini fridge over there. So I went downstairs and I actually got some cups of water, from hot boiling water from the coffee machine that's in the kitchen downstairs, because they do breakfast, right? Gotta love the Marriott. So I have really hot water because I was like looking around my hotel room. I got my cups, got my little cups from downstairs, but it says do not microwave. So I'm like, oh crap, how am I going to boil water? So I just ran downstairs and the guy was very happy to give me a couple cups of these. So this is the hard part of traveling and cooking, right? I do not have a measuring cup. I didn't bring a measuring cup, but I do know that this little cup is 12 ounces, right? So I am totally going to guesstimate this whole entire thing, but that's okay because I know that I've got 24 ounces together. So I'm going to use all of this one and probably only a little bit of this one, just to kind of make it happen, right? So, so yeah, so we're going to do that. Let's do it. Shall we do it? Because I'm starving. I'm hungry. Okay, so I'm going to open the package here. But we just wanted to give you a real life example. This is real, people. I am not at home and I'm not at a restaurant. So, but I'm going to have a fancy meal. All right. So I opened it, and first thing you need to pull out is the oxygen absorber thingy, whatever, the blue and white thingy. Do not cook with this. Okay. Not good. No bueno. All right. So we're going to pitch that. And then I'm actually going to kind of take my fork and I'm going to kind of mix it up so that I get all those seasonings kind of like evenly, so nothing sticks. I don't want things to stick. And it's been in a suitcase without oxygen, right? Because it flew here on a plane, right? In my suitcase. So it's all, I just want to kind of loosen everything up. Does that make sense? I hope so. So that's what we're doing here. And oh gosh, this smells so good. I have not tried this one either. So I'm excited to try this one. And it should probably actually feed me. It's 3 servings in a bag, but I'm probably, because this is the only thing, well, this is my main dish tonight anyway. I am actually going to probably eat it for breakfast in the morning. So the directions on here say how to refresh. And it says open pouch, remove oxygen absorber. We've done that. Yay, we did that. Number 2, pour contents into a medium-sized container, add 2 cups of boiling water. Stir well and cover, let stand for 10 minutes. And then number 4, uncover, stir again, and serve. So what we're going to do, we're just going to add the water to the bag. Okay. So, and I'm right here on my little desk. So we're going to do this right now. And I'm going to add this whole thing. This is like 12 ounces, right? Let me see how far he put these up. Oh yeah, he did it to the top. And it's like hot. It's hot. Like it's hot. Okay. I need to do it this way because I can see better and control the. All right. So these little coffee cups have lids on them. Okay. So that's why I'm using that as my little pour spout so that I don't make a mess. And I'm just going to pour it in. It's so hot that I'm going to pour it in and then I'm going to stir it. And then I'm going to pour in some more. So let me get down in here. Oh my gosh, it smells so good. I know you people are jealous. Okay, I'm stirring. And actually, okay. Ooh, that's hot on the bottom. He seriously gave me some hot water. He wasn't joking. He goes, yeah, we use it for the coffee and hot chocolate and all the things downstairs, right? So they always have access to hot water. So, all right. So this looks actually amazing. I'm going to try and show it to you. All right. I don't want to pour it out though. Can you see that? I'm going to dip this down a bit. Ah, there we go. You see that? Okay. Let me do this really quick. Aha. See, check it out. See, we have some vision here. Okay. So that is, I'm going to actually put some more in. So I got my second cut. And I'm not going to do very much because I'm going to see how I forgot to put me back on the screen there. There we go. All right. So I'm going to do a little bit more because I need 16 ounces is 2 cups, right? So I'm going to pour a little bit more here in here and I'm going to guesstimate. I'm going to take a guess. So I think that's probably going to be plenty. I'm going to stir it one more time so that everything gets all nice and mixed. These are actually really nice bags. I'm impressed, people. Is that sad? That's probably okay. So I am going to, and there's actually a Ziploc on these bags too. So I'm going to Ziploc it and we are going to let it sit for 10 minutes. So there we go. So it is going to sit and rehydrate and refresh. And we're going to go from there. So you're going to come back to me and we're going to have dinner together. So are you almost ready, Jodi?
I'm ready. I just had to unmute.
Okay, awesome. Perfect. I will turn it back over to you.
Yay. Guys, wasn't that awesome? Like she's cooking on vacation and, well, not vacation, working vacation. She's cooking while traveling. Okay, so next we're gonna make a creamy tomato sauce with Parmesan cheese. So Thrive has 2 tomato products. One is a tomato powder, which is just pure dehydrated powdered tomatoes. And they also have a tomato sauce that's part of their sauce line, which has Italian seasonings and some cream. So these are not dairy free, but it is gluten free. So this recipe is kind of like a 5-cheese ziti at Olive Garden because it is creamy, cheesy, and tomatoey. So there you go. If you like that, you can make this at home. So we're supposed to mix the tomato powder, tomato sauce, not tomato powder. Now, tomato powder you can use for this kind of recipe as well. You would just have to add the seasonings and extra stuff. So I'm just going to whisk it in here. It does get a little bit clumpy at first, especially if it's in like hot water, like boiling water already. So I'm just kind of letting it heat up while adding the powders. And then we're gonna make this a chunky sauce. So did you know that we also have freeze-dried tomatoes? I don't think we have them in the big cans anymore. Sorry. And I am using my food storage, so I am using tomatoes purchased at probably 10 years ago prices. So my dinner's cheaper than your dinner. Just kidding. Okay, so I'm gonna do a cup of tomatoes. The tomatoes do break apart pretty easily, so you don't want to do a ton of stirring and mixing once you have them in there if you want chunky tomatoes. Now, if you have children like some of mine who will remain nameless, who don't want a tomato chunk, heaven forbid. Oh, so awesome. I ran out of utensils. I don't know that. It's okay. We can move this way. So I'm actually going to add tomatoes in a second. So I want to add in the sour cream powder first. So the sour cream powder adds another cheese, if you want to say, for the 5-cheese ziti. So it's making this a yummy, creamy, cheesy recipe. 2 tablespoons of sour cream powder. The sour cream powder is wonderful in recipes, like where you would add sour cream to a casserole or something. It is not as wonderful as just like a topping. I have never been able to make it work super well that way. So, okay, mine smells good too. Krista always talks about smell of it then. So then I'm going to add my tomatoes. So a cup of diced tomatoes. And so now I don't whisk anymore. Now I move to a big giant spoon. I'm going to spoon it in here. And then this is so easy. All I'm going to do is add cheese. Now, you guys, if you don't have the diced tomatoes from Thrive, you can just throw in a can of tomatoes. And the last ingredient is Parmesan cheese. So Thrive has the Parmesan cheese. I'm going to use that today. But if you have a bag of Parmesan cheese, you can use that. But the key is it can't be this kind of Parmesan cheese. This doesn't melt and act the same as this. This will just be powdery. It probably would still be good, but it's not going to give you the same creaminess. Even if you are trying to use up the cheese bottle you bought from Costco that is a ton. Don't use it. Okay. It didn't look that big in the picture. It's not my fault. Okay, so I've got my cheese. So basically we just want to stick this in and so it melts. It'll be amazing. So it's just going to rehydrate in that sauce. So you don't have to like wet it first. It's just going to make it creamier, thicker, cheesier, and delicious. So since my stove stopped working, I'm going to go stick it on the real stove and let it finish simmering. But I forgot to spill on my computer. Can you see that? It's already looking like amazing, delicious, thick tomato sauce. So I'm going to cook it just a little bit on the stove while I do our last recipe. Live TV. That's our excuse anytime we make a mistake, right? Check my butane levels, although you never know when it's out. I do have spares in the garage. I just don't have them. So I'm going to stick this stuff over here, and I'm going to show you how fast it is to put together a meal in a jar. So this month's meal in a jar recipe, like I said, is a creamy potato soup. So I like to do my meal in a jars with the smallest items on the bottom, the biggest items on the top. So we start with velouté. So this is another one of fried sauces, which they're just so versatile to make any kind of recipe, like without having to have the flour, the butter, like to make a white sauce or whatever. This is really good. So you can get the velouté, and then the original recipe called for some chicken broth. So I always do a little bit of bouillon. You can use Thrives, but I don't think they have it right now, but any chicken bouillon's fine. So just a teaspoon of that. And then, you guys, we have milk in this. So 1 cup of milk is equivalent to 3 tablespoons and a cup of, so 3 tablespoons of powder with a cup of milk. Our powdered milk actually tastes good. Anybody here tried it? I did taste tests with my children, and they will actually drink this powdered milk. It's also wonderful for recipes, and the best news is this stuff is on sale for 60% off through July 31st. They did a huge batch when everybody was wanting it, and I think they were a little over ambitious with how much they made. So our benefit that they over anticipated that. So 1 teaspoon of salt. I like kosher salt because it's bigger chunks. It makes it really salty. 1/4 teaspoon ground pepper. Now you'll notice this recipe has a ton of ingredients, so I have to make a big mess and pull all this stuff out of the cupboard if I want to make it. So that's why when you're making a meal in a jar, you make 5 or 10 of these, and so you only have to do it once, right? So I'm going to do a little bit of garlic. 1 teaspoon. 5 garlic. Anybody's tried this? You don't have fried garlic, you can just use minced garlic. Okay, so that's all my little stuff. So see how much room that takes at the bottom? Now it's not going to sprinkle through and ruin the rest of my jar. So now we want to do the onions. So 1/4 cup onions. I always like onions in everything. Again, whatever you have on hand, chopped onions, sliced onions, dehydrated onions, whatever is fine. The chopped spinach is on sale. It can be a little potent, so it doesn't call for that much, just a 1/4 cup in this recipe. But it just adds a little color and a little flavor. And then carrots. If you skip the carrots, this recipe will cook much faster, probably like 10 minutes. But I really like the color and the flavor of the carrots in it, so I did a 1/3 cup of dehydrated carrots. So that's why it takes longer. They are dehydrated, not freeze-dried. So dehydrated things will take longer to hydrate, and they'll plump up bigger. So in your actual pot, they're going to look larger than that, whereas freeze-dried just remains the same. Okay, and then I got some celery. I like freeze-dried celery. I've tried dehydrated celery. It's okay. Freeze-dried is really nice. You might have, if you have the newer celery, so not in the green, it's much bigger chunks. So mine are gonna look teeny, which Krista actually chops those up to make them teenier, but in this recipe, the big chunks of celery would be very nice. I actually was wishing mine were bigger because they kind of just fall apart and blend into the soup. So the big chunks, sorry, Krista, I would like the big chunks, maybe for this recipe.
To each his own.
What?
To each his own.
I'll change you. Okay, so the last one, two are the potato dices. These are on sale. I use these tons. Like they are not as cheap as buying a bag of potatoes, obviously. But if you have an emergency, like I forgot to make food for a church event where I had to bring something, I was supposed to bring funeral potatoes, and it was like an hour before. Like you cannot make funeral potatoes in an hour. Like it takes that long just to cook your potatoes. So I just threw it together with the freeze-dried potatoes, and it turned out awesome. You can make potato salad. Any potato-based food tends to be delicious with them. Okay, so these are the chicken slices, which are on sale again. If they're colorful cans, that means they're older. Guys, I use from my food stores, I use from my oldest first. So a lot of times you're gonna see me cooking with stuff that looks different than what you get if you order it. So, but that's okay. That is the point. You want to rotate through, and then I'm not gonna have to worry about this being expired in 10 years because now I'm using it. So the chicken slices come much bigger. These ones are not grilled. So there are grilled chicken dices now that have like the grill lines, and they're smaller, and then there's bigger grilled chicken pieces that are like longer and flatter. And there used to be chopped chicken, but that's been replaced with the small chicken dices. So whatever chicken you have can work in this soup. I do like bigger chunks. Again, it's like a chunk soup. So, but I don't like huge because then they don't rehydrate as well. And then you're like, what is this like chewy chicken? So this is a little bit bigger. I like it about half that. So it's a big chunk. It's not like, if you get the chopped chickens, they're kind of like this little. So can you see the thing? Big, tiny. You can throw in whatever. And there'll be different sizes in your can. Mine has some small, some big. Like they break apart as you move and as you carry them up and down the stairs, and your kids shake them while they're doing it for you. So I just get my chickens in here. See that one? Another big one snuck in there. Just break it in half. Just helps it cook a little faster and not get a weird big bite. Some people find the texture a little bit different, like they can tell a difference with freeze-dried, but if it's smaller pieces, you really can't. So, okay, so then I'm just gonna throw that in the top. Whoop. Okay, so my jar is done. That was pretty fast, like 5 minutes to make that. If I had to haul everything out of the cupboard, it's maybe 7 minutes. So if you make 10 of these, guys, then when it's time to cook, it's add 4 cups of water and cook for 20 minutes. I think you can make dinner in 2 minutes with that, okay? And then I'm gonna show you, so every month when I do these recipes, I send out these cute labels. So that has your cooking instructions, because I always will make jars, meals, and be like, which one was that again? Because they start to look the same. So I just tape my cute labels on top. You can do it much more professional or with like double-sided tape, but it doesn't really matter. We eat these fast. So there's a cute label. You can line those up in your cupboard, and you got a million different dinners. The kids can make them. The husband can make them. Not saying husbands can't cook, but some husbands need a little help, Or if you're just a busy night, or like Krista, she's away, she could make a small one of these and just add the boiling water right in here. That would cook. Like she could do a quarter of the recipe or half the recipe in a big jar and put it in. So that's that. So Krista, do you want to show the rest of yours? And then I'm going to check on this pie that I hear.
Sure. Absolutely. Okay.
Last of all, this is what it's been sitting, but I made this the other day, and that's the chicken soup. It's just a little thick because it's been in the fridge and it's been sitting long. So if you want it thinner, you can add a little more water.
Right? Exactly.
Customizable.
That's the beauty of Thrive, right? Is that it's all flexible, and it allows you to live your life, right? And still eat decent and healthy and all the things, right? So I totally lied. This is not the only Thrive product I have, because if anybody knows me, they know that I travel with peaches. Because I can't leave my home without peaches, and that's how I roll, right? But I also have a little bag of Fuji apples. Speaking of Fuji apples, right? So I didn't want to bring the can because I ran out of space. I had to, cram stuff in a little suitcase. So this is my meal tonight is Fuji apples, and I wish I had the crisp topping for my Fuji apples. Ooh, you could, we could make the crisp topping and then use these as dippers. I think I'm onto something there. Anyway, all right, so let's check on my little meal here because I'm starving. I'm hungry. Okay, I'm actually going to squeeze it from the bottom a little bit and see where I'm at here. Oh my gosh, it smells divine. And okay, so this is how it's a good thing I'm in the South, right? This is considered the South. Texas is considered the South, right? Because I don't even have a plate. So I'm actually going to just eat out of the bag. So yeah, so don't tell my mother, please don't tell my mother, but here we go. Check it out. Like you can see the rice and the green vegetables. Those are probably green chilies. And I have a piece of chicken on this other side. Oh, and there's corn too. And there's black beans. So we're going to taste test this puppy. That's actually really good. You can taste the cheese in there. There's spices. The chicken, it's all done. This is really good. I'm so impressed. I mean, I knew they were good, but you never know until you try it, right? Because everybody's tastes are different too. But I mean, like if I had like an RV or something, this is totally what I would put in my RV and just eat off of. Because this is actually pretty good. And check it out. I can just Ziploc it back up, throw it in my little mini fridge and eat it tomorrow night for dinner too. And so now I'm like saving $50 because, dinner's out or 25, right? So, or I can eat it for breakfast, but they do have breakfast downstairs. So, this is amazing. Okay. So one other thing, I'm going to take another bite because I'm hungry.
You need the apple crisp for breakfast, I say.
Mm-hmm. Right? Mm. That is really good. You can taste the cheese in there. Oh my gosh. Wow. That is amazing. There's sour cream and there's corn, onion, tomato, garlic powder, celery powder, onion powder, carrot powder.
Powder.
Right? White meat chicken, green chili peppers. It's a little spicy. Woo. Okay, so let me tell you a little bit about these meals, okay? Because we've got something on sale this month. It's called the Dinner Variety Pack. It is 6 of these of the dinners, right? And so you get the Southwestern style chicken, this yumminess right here. You get the creamy beef with rotini pasta. It's like a beef stroganoff. It's really good as well. I have tried that one. The chicken spinach Alfredo. I actually did that. Was that on last month's call? No.
That was our team.
That was our team. Yeah, that's right. Sorry. And then I have, it has the vegetable pasta primavera, which is like pasta and veggies. And then in a tomato sauce. And then there's the cheesy chicken, which is rice and chicken and cheesiness and fabulousness and the asparagus in that one. Oh, that one's a good too. That one's a good one too. And then there's also the creamy mashed potato bowl, which is actually one of my favorites. So basically it's just mashed potatoes with lots of veggies and stuff in it. It is so good. It's just amazing. And that one is gluten-free. These other rice ones, they're not.
I think the Southwest chicken one is, but the cheesy one, the cheese sauce has gluten in it.
Yes, that is true. So
I accidentally made it and I was supposed to eat it.
Paid for it.
But it was good.
I'm sorry. So, okay. So those are the 6 dinners that you get with the dinner pack. And the dinner pack is actually on sale this month for $68.95. Retail on that is like $91.93. So that's actually a pretty good, it's like 24% off this month. So definitely grab 1 or 2 of these because these are just good to have on hand when you have those busy nights, or if you find yourself in Dallas, Texas, right? So, yeah.
72-hour kits. If you buy a couple of those, you got lunch and dinner for your whole family.
Exactly. And they have a 20-year shelf life. So they're great for those 72-hour kits. Put them in there. Yeah, definitely. Anything else? I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Otherwise, I'm gonna eat some more. I'm gonna eat some more, and then I will wish.
My dessert.
Yep, I will wish I had Jodi's dessert because I think
you're making the dessert, and I'm jealous, but today I get it. It's red. Okay, it is bubbling, and it smells amazing.
And I see you're ready with there.
And my caramel sauce.
Oh my gosh.
We're gonna have a feast. I was gonna do ice cream, but my ice cream was freezer burnt, so yeah. I guess we don't need enough ice cream. I wouldn't mind. It's like a little bit of powder on the top here. Probably could have cooked a little longer. I just want to eat it. So I'm going to show you guys the tomato sauce real quick too. So I had already had some leftover spaghetti noodles. I'm just going to show you this awesome sauce. It is, see it from here, thick, creamy, cheesy. It's got tomato chunks. The cheese is melted through. So like I said, it's very similar to the color of a 5 cheese ziti at Olive Garden. So that's something that I'm totally going to make this and eat it, but I have to use gluten-free pasta, which this is not, so I'm going to go give it to my teenager who is always hungry. So there you go. And you could top that with the Parmesan cheese. You could hydrate it or just sprinkle it on, but then it might be crunchy, so you could maybe just put some little regular Parmesan, or now you could use the powdered Parmesan. I'm just going to put a little sprinkle. Oh my gosh. Okay. Krista, if you were here, I would feed you that for dinner.
That is amazing, Jodi. You're amazing.
I'm pretty excited about that one. So now, ow, that knocked straight on the kitchen counter. We got an apple crisp. Oh yeah, it's ooey gooey. So it seemed a little bit liquidy, but that gives you that yummy caramely apple goo in the bottom, and then you got the crisp on top. In my mom's apple crisp recipe, which this isn't her exact recipe, but she always says double the topping. It's probably for my sister because she scrapes off half the topping herself. So, okay. I don't know why I made this bowl so big, so I'm really all that. So here is, gotta get closer up. It's a legit yummy apple crisp, freeze-dried apples. You guys, if you ever need a dessert, you have all this stuff on hand. So that's one of my biggest problems will be like feeling treatish Sunday night. I'm like, I didn't really think about a dessert, I'm sorry. But this is something I could totally get. And then caramel sauce, because who wouldn't want caramel on your apples?
Right?
Duh. And who is on a diet right now? Not me tonight. Now, if it's gross, should I just pretend that it's good? Just kidding. It's not good.
How can you go wrong with sugar and apples and whipped cream and caramel?
Yeah, that's awesome.
I'm jealous.
So I have to tell you, if you like gooey fruit, freeze-dried isn't as gooey. So my husband has loved my pies. He's like that's why my sister doesn't like cooked fruit, because it gets like slimy. The freeze-dried really holds together. It still has a little bit of a chewy consistency. It's like juicy. It's so good. I could eat the whole thing. I wouldn't like it just the crisp. She's a little bit crazy, but yeah, this is really good. I'm sorry, I would share, but I'm not in Texas. So
I'm closer. Come on, just drive.
Yeah, closer than Arizona, right?
Yes.
Okay. So you guys, 3 entrees and a dessert in 40 minutes. Like, Thrive is amazing. It really, really is. And not to mention, you could make all of that out of your pantry in an emergency. Like, if you can't have access to the grocery store, if you lose your power, you can still eat. You just have to boil water. You just can't run out of butane on your stove, right? You can boil it in a fire outside, right? So I am super glad that I have it in my home. And if you have it in your house, open your cans and use it. We try to show you all of these things to get you over that fear of like, how do you cook with freeze-dried food? Like, it is life-changing. I have 7 kids. I'm so busy. And this helps me be able to cook more at home because I can cook so quickly, and it's delicious. It's so good and so healthy. It's healthier, much healthier than, you know, normal, like quick fix meals. So if you don't have it in your home, or you're not getting it monthly, you want to get on the delivery service. So the delivery service is free shipping for anything over $99. So like if you got 2 of those dinner packs, that's 120 or 30 bucks. Free shipping. So normally for under $100, it would be $8 shipping. So you might as well spend a little more and then get $8 worth of food. Like I think a small can of milk is $8 with the 60% off. So order enough to get the free shipping. You don't have to order every single month. You can order, you know, skip a month, or whenever you have a little saved up, you can do your shipment then. As soon as you have enough to spend over that $100, or wait till there's a big sale, or just order the monthly specials pack. The monthly specials pack is a bigger discount, and it's one of each of the things that are on sale. So you can get them and try each of the recipes that we made. Uses all of those monthly special items. So that's a really great way to do it. Otherwise, you can do a one-time order. You're just going to pay the retail prices and shipping. So the monthly special, or the delivery service, is always 15% off retail. And then you have access to the monthly specials, which go up to 25 and 30% off retail prices. So it really is the best way to shop. Whoever invited you tonight, it might have been Krista or me or one of our teammates. So we all refer people to these calls. So get with whoever invited you and ask them how to get on that delivery service. There is also even a better way. You can earn some food for free if you refer others to Thrive. So you can host a party or just share your referral link and earn free food that way. You can also earn commission if you want to be a consultant, if you like cooking, if you like teaching people how to be prepared, we can help you learn how to do that for others. And then you can earn free food and earn a little commission, which I used a lot of my commission in the beginning to just buy more food. That's what a lot of people do. And even just to get a discount on your own food. So there's lots of options there. We love it. We love the family of Thrive and everything that they believe in. And so if you have any questions about it, let us know. And I know we're getting lots of thanks in the chats, but if you have any questions, I'm going to stay on, but I'm going to end the recording. So guys, I will send this out in a replay with all of the recipes written up, because I know it's hard to follow along as we're cooking. And I'll include like the links to that milk. And we did a powdered milk class a while ago showing tons of ways to use powdered milk. So if you did not see that, I will make sure to link out to that as well. And then I'll do the links on like how to actually order the specials. So I'm going to stop the recording. Thanks everyone for watching the recording if you're watching this later.